Hello, my friend. Welcome back to English Histoverse. I am so glad you are here. Today we are going to talk about a country that loves one game more than anything else in the world. That country is Argentina, and that game is football. This is not just a story about goals and trophies. This is a story about tears, about hope, about a small boy from a poor town who became a god with a ball at his feet. This is a story about heartbreak that lasted 36 long years. And it is a story about a final chapter so emotional it made grown men cry in the streets. By the end of this video, you will understand why, in Argentina, football is not just a sport. It is life itself. So sit back, relax, and let's begin this journey together. And if you enjoy stories like this, please consider subscribing. It really helps this small channel grow. Okay, let's go back to where it all began. Our story starts far away from Argentina. It starts in England, in the 1800s. British workers and sailors came to Argentina to build railways and to trade. They brought many things with them, but one thing changed Argentina forever. A simple, round ball. These British workers started playing football in open fields in Buenos Aires. Local Argentine boys watched them. They were curious. Soon, they wanted to play too. It did not take long. The game spread like fire through the streets. Poor neighborhoods, rich neighborhoods. It did not matter. Everyone wanted a piece of this new game. In 1893, something important happened. The Argentine Football Association was born. This was one of the very first football associations outside of Britain. Think about that for a second. Argentina was playing organized football before most of the world even knew the rules. By 1902, Argentina played its very first international match. They faced their neighbor, Uruguay. This match started something special, a rivalry that is still alive today. In the early 1900s, Argentina kept growing stronger. They won regional championships. They built local leagues. Small football clubs appeared in almost every neighborhood of Buenos Aires. Football was no longer just a British hobby. It belonged to Argentina now. It belonged to the people. In 1930, the very first FIFA World Cup took place. And guess who made it all the way to the final? Argentina. They lost to Uruguay in a tense, hard-fought match. It was painful, but it showed the world something important. Argentina was a football nation to watch. Now let's jump forward. Decades passed. Argentina built a passionate football culture. Legendary clubs, loud stadiums, fierce local rivalries. But one thing was still missing: a World Cup trophy. In 1978, the World Cup came to Argentina itself. The whole nation was buzzing with excitement. This was their chance, their home, their crowd, their moment. The team fought hard through the tournament. Match after match, the tension grew. And finally, Argentina reached the final. They faced the Netherlands. The stadium was deafening. Paper confetti rained down from the stands like snow. The players could barely hear each other speak. The match went into extra time. Hearts were racing across the entire country. And then Argentina scored. Then scored again. The final whistle blew. Argentina had won their first World Cup. The streets of Buenos Aires exploded with joy. Strangers hugged each other. Cars honked through the night. People cried tears of pure happiness. For the first time, Argentina was a world champion. Now, let's talk about a name every football fan knows. Diego Maradona. He was born into a poor family in a rough neighborhood called Villa Fiorito. Life was hard there. But Diego had something special. A pure gift with the ball. Even as a small boy, he could do things with a football that grown men could not. By his teenage years, scouts were already talking about him. By his 20s, the whole world knew his name. He was small in size, but on the pitch, he was a giant. In 1986, the World Cup was held in Mexico. Argentina arrived with hope, but few expected what was about to happen. In the quarterfinal, Argentina faced England. The tension was not just about football. There was history between these two nations. Old wounds, old pride. Early in the match, something strange happened. A high ball came into the box. Maradona jumped for it. The ball went into the net. But replays showed something controversial. He had touched the ball with his hand. The referee did not see it. The goal stood. Later, Maradona gave it a famous nickname. He called it the Hand of God. But just minutes later, something incredible happened. Something that silenced all the controversy. Maradona picked up the ball near his own half. He turned, and he ran. He dribbled past one defender, then another, then another. 5 English players tried to stop him. None of them could. He reached the goalkeeper, slipped past him too, and calmly placed the ball into the net. This single moment is still remembered today. The world later called it the goal of the century. Argentina went on to win that World Cup. Maradona lifted the trophy as captain. He was no longer just a football player. He had become a legend. After 1986, something unusual happened. Argentina kept producing brilliant players. But the World Cup trophy refused to come home. In 1990, Argentina reached the final again. But this time, they lost. It was a quiet, painful defeat. Years passed. New stars rose. Gabriel Batistuta, Juan Román Riquelme, Javier Zanetti. Brilliant players, every one of them. But the trophy still did not come. In 2014, hope rose again. Argentina reached the final in Brazil. A new young star was leading them now. His name was Lionel Messi. The match was tense, tight, nervous, painful to watch. It went into extra time, and then Germany scored.
Argentina lost again. For Messi, this was devastating. He had given everything, but the trophy still felt impossible to reach. Many people began to whisper. They said, maybe Messi would never win a World Cup. That whisper hurt the whole nation.
But this story was not over. Not even close. In 2021, Argentina won the Copa America. It was their first major trophy in 28 years. Messi finally lifted a trophy with the senior national team. He cried on the pitch that day. Tears of relief, tears of joy. That victory changed something inside the team. They believed again. And in 2022, the World Cup arrived in Qatar. Argentina's road was not easy. They shockingly lost their very first match. Many people thought their dream was already over. But something shifted. The team came together. Match after match, they fought. They won. And won again. And again. Slowly, belief returned across the entire country. Millions of fans back home stayed up through the night to watch every match. Finally, Argentina reached the final once again. Their opponent this time was France. This final became one of the greatest matches in football history. Argentina took a strong lead. Then France fought back with 2 fast goals. The match went into extra time. Argentina scored again. France equalized again. Nobody could believe what they were watching. Finally, the match went to penalty kicks. The whole world held its breath. One by one, the players stepped forward. The tension was unbearable. And then, the final kick. Argentina's goalkeeper made the save. It was over. Argentina had won the World Cup. Lionel Messi fell to his knees. He covered his face with his hands. Years of pain, years of doubt, years of waiting, it all disappeared in that single moment. He was lifted onto his teammates' shoulders, wrapped in a traditional robe of honor. He raised the golden trophy high into the night sky. Back home, the entire nation erupted. Millions of people flooded the streets. Strangers hugged. People cried. Horns blared through the night. It was not just a football victory. It was the end of a 36-year wait. And that, my friend, is the story of Argentina football. A story that began with a simple leather ball brought by sailors. A story shaped by poor neighborhoods and bright dreams. A story carried by legends like Maradona and Messi. And a story that finally found its perfect ending in the desert nights of Qatar. This is why football in Argentina is not just a game. It is identity. It is pride. It is love, passed down through generations. I hope you enjoyed this journey as much as I enjoyed telling it to you. If you did, please hit that subscribe button. It truly helps this channel keep telling stories like this one. Thank you so much for watching. This has been English Histoverse. I will see you in the next story.